Hello everyone, this is Anne from Odulcina. Today I want to work on this open spine junk journal cover that I created somewhere in September. I'll put the link in the description if you missed that one and you want to look at this video. But first I want to show you all of my inventory. So if I slide a little bit, all the piles of papers that I have with me, because I want to show you a quick video on which different items or types of papers you can grab to kind of do an interesting signature. And the first thing I want to show you, so I bring you along here on my table where I prepared a bunch of package bundles for those of you who don't have access to antique and very vintage books. So what I did is I did package a bundle of 45 pages music sheets that are old, and they can be attached or not attached together, but most of the type of paper you have will have a lot being attached. But when I count the pages, this counts for 2. Okay, so it's not 1, it's 2. Because it's 2 pages, they can be attached or detached. So I just took one randomly, but you have a bunch. These are typically the papers I'm using to do my paper ruffles. If you've been following me for a while, I use them a lot, so I provided some different sizes, different types of paper. This one has gold. Like for this one, it has gold on the edge that you can barely see, but on camera, but there's gold. So really different kinds of old papers. The value of this bundle is not necessarily the paper, but it's the time that I've put to prepare them and the profit from Etsy and the shipping. And I added a smaller and a bigger one sheet that has modeling paste on. I want to show you well on camera. There you go. Roses. There's different kinds, because if I show you another bundle, let's say this one, the design is different. This one, and there's 2, but we just don't see the one at the back. Antique, you see it's antique. So obviously if it's antique, there you just have one of the words. There's gorgeous flowers at the back for sure, and there's always 2. So this will be random, and it's kind of a gift. I find that the bundles are pretty with some modeling paste. But yeah, this is for those of you who do not have access to old books. So while I was preparing my piles of papers, I decided that I had too much and I could let go some. So I've prepared a bunch of bundles, and they will be available in my Etsy shop and in my Facebook group. And in my Facebook group, they're gonna be a little bit less expensive than on Etsy, because I can reduce the Etsy fees. So I'll start doing this from time to time, selling from my Facebook group directly and sending PayPal invoices instead. Let's go back to this potential of journal. So the first thing I have is I have some vintage ledger paper, different styles. Ledger paper or lined paper I didn't add them into the bundle because there are some in the Anne's favorite box and they're longer, so I need some sort of a bigger envelope or another way to sell them, to ship them, so it's not easy for me. Then you need some coffee stain paper. Of course, I have some with designs. I have some that are more white. I'm gonna go with avocado stain paper as well. Then I have a bunch of vellum paper that I printed on. Then I have smaller ledger paper for in between pages. I have agenda pages that I coffee stained, different styles. These are also kind of agenda papers. Then I have a bunch of papers from books. These are typically the first page of a book. You know, you always typically have a blank page on each book, and I keep them and I use them. Then I have this paper. You see how crinkled it is? This is an Amazon Basics. These are pads. You have them in the pink, purple, blue. I'm less a purple person, but in order to use them, what I like is that the paper is really thin. It is lined, and I just put the paper in the water like if it was a coffee stain, but there's only water there because I didn't want to modify the color, but I wanted the noise, the crinkles, and everything. So I've put them in the water and let them dry on the counter. Then I have some smaller coffee stain papers that are like from a cheap pad. They are thin, they make a different noise, so that's gonna make some differences. Music sheets, and like you have in the bundles, like all those papers. We can see here, you see the gold? Yeah, you see the gold? So papers, then book pages with some modeling paste on, like I gave 2 in the bundle. Different types of and length of envelopes that I coffee stained previously, and some embossed paper. So with all those ingredients, now I'm gonna start working. For an open spine, I'm gonna do one big signature. All right, so I'll remove this pile for now. I'll just move it on the side here. So this is the maximum size we want, and I let that totally free so I can go with the amount of papers I want, and at the end I'm gonna glue this part at the back to hold everything together. So I'm gonna keep just this one so I have kind of a measurement to see what is my maximum size. Let me try with this paper. If I fold into 2, this is a 8 by 10 inches paper pad, and I think this is a good size. Yeah, so I'm gonna take a bunch of papers and just fold them. I can even fold them with an angle, as you see, like that. And just place that, you see, with an angle. I love that, but I understand it's a matter of personal taste. I can put an envelope, or the envelope could be glued here and it will be like a flap. Oh, I love this idea. So, but I'm gonna put it on a more sturdy paper, so I'm gonna keep that idea for later. maybe I can just stick one of those pages here and I can open it. So I could use like a washi tape to open it, or it can go this way. I think I'm gonna go this way up because the line is straight. I'm gonna zoom in a little bit so you see better. The line is straight, so if I place the paper, and I still have a gap here because you see, so I want to bring some paper along like that. Let me use some washi tape. I'm gonna use this washi tape, and this one is really a good quality washi tape. I don't need to add more glue, but some other washi tape I add some glue at the back because otherwise they won't stick for long. But these I know it's kind of another quality. Okay, so this page could go like that, and then we would have the flap there, and then I can decorate. So that is a start. Then I can wrap around some ledger paper. This will kind of go like that. I just want to make sure I don't go too far. There you go. So as you can see, I keep my book cover, and this gives me the measurement if I don't want to go outside, because I could decide to go outside and that would be fine too. So what about a music sheet that has like all that edge there? And now I need a full page, that's for sure. Okay, so let's go to the full pages. But the full page, I think the size folded into two like that is okay. The length is not okay though. So let me go trim that page so it's not longer than the book. Here, I need to remove just a tiny bit. So I did a fold here. I'll just come and trim. I could make it smaller, but my goal right now is to have a full page because I've placed a lot of smaller pages in between. So I'll just try to do like a full page and keep going on like that. So because this is pretty much white, maybe I can go with a vellum that didn't print correctly. So I'm gonna trim whatever's not good. And it's a bit too long, so I'm gonna trim this. Yeah, this work, and I'm gonna fold it at the end of the little girl. So on both sides, it's gonna look good. Like this and this. and then maybe I can just tear the edge. There we go. Now maybe something small, and I love that, and I think I'm gonna make it flap like that. So I'll just glue it like that with a washi tape that works, or it could be just a piece of paper. I think I'm gonna use just a piece of paper. So what I'm gonna do is I'll measure it to match this. Just a tiny bit of glue. And then okay, so I glued this side, and now I'm gonna glue this page to this. So I'll just add some glue directly on the page because my edge is not really straight, as you can see. And I have some length that I can use here. So I'm gonna place the page on the paper that I cut and glue it down. I ended up not trimming the paper exactly like the page. I'll just correct that easily like that, and here as well. This is the risk I always take, and you know, even if I mess up with my measurement, there's always a way to make it work. All right, so how it looks like right now. Go back to the original bundle. So it looks like this, that I can flap open. You know what? I'm gonna add some glue from the inside, just on the edge of the paper here, so it doesn't open like that. Okay, so what we have right now is a page like that, this vellum, a full page here, and we can see well the vellum because the back is not designed a lot. Music sheet, ledger paper, embossed paper, another book page, and this. And I would keep going on like that. So now I need another full page. Maybe I can go with coffee stain paper this time. Just basic coffee stain paper. And I can fold into two, and instead of trimming, I can just remove a portion at the top, maybe a portion at the bottom too. This way it has the good length, and well, might as well remove a little bit on the side. And of course I'm gonna ink it, so slightly, but still ink a little bit. Okay, so now I can place that. Now I need something that goes a little bit longer than that. So, what about something like that? It's kind of a full page. And then I can just fold here. So maybe on top of that, maybe I can go with a little pocket here. This is a book page that I didn't like the design, but I like the white like that, and I thought I could just fold it and glue this side and leave it open, I think, because if I glue this side too, the pocket is really small. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna glue the bottom here to create kind of a pocket, and I'm gonna glue the whole thing on the ledger paper, and this will kind of be a pocket tuck spot. I'll give it a little angle, not too much, just a little angle. And you can see now I could slide a paper like that is kind of bigger. Maybe I can leave that embossed paper for now. Now I should go back to maybe another coffee stain paper, but that has some design on. Oh, this would be perfect to go with the pink, the embossed paper. There's a hole there. I like that. And yeah, that's kind of too much, but I think I'm gonna go with a design paper. This or this, just this. I'll fold it into two with an angle, and I'll add it like that, but this will be too big, so I need to trim it. Right, I really need to trim it. So let me trim along the side here. Okay, so I trimmed the sides, so now it's still folded in an angle. Because I folded it before cutting it, I couldn't just cut straight. I needed to open the page and cut the bottom. So now I can place it like that. All right, this is coming along, eh? I think I want to add this one too, and maybe something between. So I'm gonna trim that one too. Add a little bit of ink. I'll fold it too with an angle. I love folding with an angle. It makes it perfectly imperfect. The end result, you have like all different edges that are peeking on the side or up and down. And okay. Oh, look at this old page. It has some writing on. I wonder. Oh, see, that's the thing. I'm going to use a lot of those embossed paper because I just did a big batch, and well, we love that. We just love that. I'm going to use like a washi tape, or that could be like a fake old tape, Scotch tape. But I don't have any done right now, so, and I'm gonna just glue it because this is really fragile. I'll just glue it Even this is even too long. I'll just glue it like that. Like a little note that I can open like that. This is mostly decoration. I won't be adding any journaling here or even on that paper. This is just, yeah, it's a decoration. But that could be perfect maybe to glue this. Create a pocket. Then I can decorate this. When we open this, we see all of that. And it would protect that one too because there's going to be a flap on top. So I'll do that. And this paper is really like a regular. It's not a thin paper. So that would hold well. And maybe just what I want to do before is punch a hole here, because I find that when I glue an envelope like that, there's not a lot of gap here to do my inserts. So let me go with a punch. I'm gonna punch that. I'll try to align the punch, and the circles should be aligned too. I'm not sure if I love that. Like that. How about that? I like it. It's okay. Ink a little bit, and then I'll show you the end result. So now I have all of that as an opening. I can now glue that. When it's bulky like that, I love to remove it so it doesn't leak. And okay, so I need to decide how I want it to fall. That would be like this. Then I can place it correctly. Flatten it, and then when I'll be decorating this journal, I can hide this part with something else. There you go. Because right now we are just doing the basis, the structure of the journal. Look at that. We still need to work on the middle page. This is not decorated yet. I'm going to add something here. Okay, so now I need some sort of a full page again. So I can go with this 8 by 10 paper that is a little bit smaller. And I would feel like trimming it a little bit, yeah. So I removed a little portion so it's more like, it looks like it's smaller, not just on this side, but on each side. Now let me see if I can find an old book page. You know, the ones that are all white from the beginning of a book, to see. This is, look at that. This is great. I love that. So I'm going to place it, fold it. And at the back, it looks like that. And I can add something here. Wow. Maybe I can go with this kind of lined papers. I removed the thread so I can take the middle one maybe. How it would look like. This is way too big, so obviously I'm gonna need to fold it. So let me see which length I want. How about this? Yeah. So I need to remove a portion. No, I'd like to keep. Okay, I'm going to trim it to size. So I'm going to end it with this tab here and remove a little part at the top. So now if I place it, this fits. It doesn't fit the length here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to fold it right here. I'm going to fold it on this side, but then I'm going to flip it over. So like this, and this will go inside. So it's going to look like that, but when you flip it, you have this beautiful tab. Same for here. To do my measurement, I'm going to fold it this side, but at the end, it goes this way. And then I can put my signature in and everything fits. All right, I didn't use a lot of this paper, so what about a flip like that? I just need to trim a little bit here because you can see the edge where the embossing stencil finished, so I'll just retrim that. And maybe I can just put it here. I'll leave it going out a little bit, peeking out a little bit. And in order to glue it, I'll just glue it like a tuck spot. So let me just put one tiny line of glue. And I'll glue it like that. So it's peeking out a little bit, cutting that straight line. Not too much on the other side. We can still open the whole page. But it looks like that. You see here, it's peeking out, right? Like that. And here it's peeking out like just 1 millimeter, but still. All right, this is becoming to be a bit big, but I want it to be bulky. Even if it's an open spine, the open spine will be thinner here than here, but I'm going to show you a way to hide that it is thinner here on this side. Okay, so maybe a book page as well. That could be interesting, like this. Yeah. Obviously, I'm going to glue something here to hide this design that I'm not a fan of. But there, it's always the thing. We can always add more, so we are not in trouble. Okay, I need music sheets. I have a few, some that are more yellowish, but look at this one. Wow, okay. I'm going to try to find one that is not attached together in my stash. I love this color. Wow. If I folded it into two, I'm good. I'll fold it into two. And good to go. Oh, wow. Wow, wow, wow. Maybe on top of that, another book page. As I told you, I love those book pages. So I'm going to fold it the way that I have enough on both sides that it's interesting. I don't know, maybe like that. And maybe a book page like that. That would be let me just place that a way that it's looking interesting. And if I fold here, yeah, it's not too long, so I'm going to fold. See, I placed my two papers together, and then I used the original fold to fold them together. So I know that they now look good together, like this. Now I need a full page. So I'll go back to my coffee stain paper. Maybe one that is a little bit more white. How I do that is I damp my stencil in the coffee, and then I put it on a white page that is dry, and it just prints lightly, you see, and it creates some crinkles. And so this one doesn't have a lot of design, but some have more. I'm going to trim it to size. I need to remove a part there. The more that the signature is bigger, the more that you lose some of the length, right? Because even if I fold it into two, you see now it doesn't do both edges. So for this one, I'm going to decide what I want here and then fold it to make sure I have long enough from the top, because we look at the journal this way. Of course, we're going to look this way when we open the journal, but there's always a way to modify it, and maybe the other one can be a little bit longer and shorter here. So now maybe I can put something in between, like a smaller music sheet. Yeah. Oh, I think I have two. Do I want that? Maybe I can just keep them together. Yes, I can keep them together. So let me see. I'm going to trim here. So the length about this. Okay. So I'm thinking I can maybe put a page that is double, so it can go like that, and maybe I can put this. This is embossed paper, pink embossed paper. You see there's some coffee stain and pink pigment. I am out of stock right now, but I will renew the stock soon. Just watch for it if you're looking for that. So I think I'll just put it like that, like a kind of a talk spot. And when I do that, I'll just put tiny amount of glue just to make sure that this doesn't move. And I might not do it on the other side. I'll see when I'll use the journal and decorate the journal. So we are getting something very interesting here. And let's keep going on with a paper, a full-size paper. I've already trimmed a couple of paper with the good size. So this, and then maybe I can put a tracing paper. What about, the writing is not always cute if it's not that old, eh? This is not trimmed. See, this is what I'm talking about when I use the stencil with the coffee. From time to time, I love the contrast. So how it looks, yeah, maybe I can add something else there. A page. Maybe an envelope here. Put an envelope, and here using it as a tuck spot. And we have the same challenge. So I think I'm gonna just use my scissors. Okay, I can put a lace there or a fussy cut to kind of decorate, but at least when I open the envelope, I have a good access. And it's not aligned, so I'll keep working on it. Okay, that looks way better. Like this. Why not? So I'm gonna glue it just from here, because I want to see if I'm gonna use this little flap as a tuck spot. So I can glue it down better later on, but for now I don't want to put too much glue. Okay, so we have this. I still want something here in front because we have this is full, this is full. So maybe I can just put a tiny book pages. Like this. And maybe this one, which is a little bit larger. Nope. Nope, just this. Just this. All right. I think this should be my cover. The first one. Let's see. That would be like this. I'll put a lace. And maybe it can have the antique here. Yes, see, the inside was not cute, but these are cute. So maybe I can glue this. And because I don't want to hide the whole design here, I can maybe glue it with kind of a hinge here. So I can open it, but I can use it as a side pocket as well. So I think I'm gonna do that. And in order to do that, I'll use another book page that is quite similar. Just to glue it. Okay, so no, this one I could just replace, glue something there, keep the signature, keep all the edges, and use it as is. So I'm gonna find something else like this one. Yeah. Okay, I need to trim it here. Okay, I did a stripe like that, so it matches the size, and then I can fold it and put some glue. Do I want to have, I think I want this raw edge on this paper. We're gonna see it more, and I love that. And I bet you are like me. So ideally I should have think about it first and put just the glue on the good side, but there's no mistakes. All right, so I have the glue. I'll just add a little bit more here on the edges. All right, now I can place it a little angle, not too high, because if I want to use it as a pocket, it needs to be in the lower part of the page. There you go. So I have this hinge now that allows me to open this. Let me zoom in a little bit. So we have this, and we have a talk spot at the same time. Like I can slide something there and just do that, which is perfect. All right, should I keep going on? So maybe between those two I need to add something, and then that would be it. So I love crinkles. Another tracing paper. And maybe here I can put something there. Just because the paper is less cute on that side, I can maybe just glue something on it. Like this. Yeah, this would work. So this one, I'll just glue it down. Okay, so this is kind of a background, hiding a little bit the back of this paper that is not as cute on the other side. And I actually should be doing the same thing here. Oh. And I'll do that. Now, this is a good base for a journal, a good structure, but definitively how it's gonna be decorated makes the whole difference, because this can take so much a different look by all the accessories and laces and everything that's gonna be added there. I still want something between that. This is good. Yeah, I just need something else here. Maybe a ledger paper to have a little bit of lines. Let's go with that. Okay, so I have a ledger paper here, and I had a hard time to remove. There was some glue here on that one, so I'll put the fold closer to it so we forget about it. Like this. Hopefully we forget about it a bit. And then on this side, I can just fold this. And I think we have enough, because this. When I'm gonna add more flap and stuff inside my pocket, it's gonna become very, very big. So we have a good structure here to start with and add more, but we have flaps and pockets and different layers of papers, style, enough to have a lot of fun with, to add more, and it's all interesting. So this and that. And we just need to figure out the middle. A pocket here, this cute paper, and we can see the paper behind. I love this. Really love this. Here again, a tuck spot, kind of a pocket. This is just kind of an opening. Looks good. I am happy. Yep. This is a good structure. I just need the middle here because this paper is really thin. So I need to put something a little bit better there. Let me see. I'll use a book page. I have this Ceramida in and out of the garden. It's already, everything is already separated. I love this. Why not using this one? Don't overthink the process, Anne. And of course it's going to be too large, but I'll just trim it to size. So if I come here, I can have, that would work. That wouldn't cut everything. So if I fold that into two, I place it like that. It needs to be this max. See, I've put like a little, oh, can you see? Yeah, a little mark there. Okay, I trimmed it, so that would look like this, like that, and this. This is perfect. So when I open, that would look like this. And it balances the whites and all the browns. And this is like a really like heavy paper book page. So that is perfect. So now I can place, because the signature will be done just with sari silk or any ribbon. We don't do a traditional signature thread for this kind of open spine journal. And like I'm saying, I don't like to see this portion here being like pointy and having gaps. So in the next video, I'm going to show you how I hide that, how I attach all this, and I'll keep working on this junk journal that is coming along very well. I like it. Okay, see you in the next video. Bye bye.